What's up guys, Eric here with ATHOME in the future, and I've got the July 2022 Crate Club General subscription. Takes up the entire screen here. If you're unfamiliar with Crate Club, it's kind of like a souped up quarterly subscription that's full of awesome survival, camping, tactical stuff. Basically, if you take all the premium boxes you get from some of these other subscriptions and just cram them all into a quarter, every time you get one of these, this being the general box here, every time you get one of these bad boys, it's like you're opening like a souped up subscription box. So if you're into this stuff, you're gonna love this subscription. It comes in a few different levels. Like I said, I'm doing the general one here, which goes for $3.99 a quarter, or you can get some lower tiers as well. If you wanna save some money, be sure to use the link on the screen or down in the description. You can save about 15% off on these, but this just came in. Typically, when I unbox stuff, I kind of know what's coming, or at least kind of have a hint or a spoiler or something, but I don't have a clue what is in the box for this summer. So I'm excited about this. Let's pop these seals here and get this going and see what we got. Just came in the mail and right to you for unboxing here. So here we go. Like I said, this thing is huge, so we'll pop it open and kind of slide it over to make room for everything here. All right, let's get this off to the side and we'll start right here with our guide. Let's see what we got. So Crate Club, Summer 2022, we'll go through each of these items. I already see a lot of cool stuff to be excited about here, especially this thing. We'll go over that here in a second, but we've got some really neat stuff. So let's hop in and check out what we've got. We'll just start at the bottom here and work our way up, and I'll get this nice and close to the camera so you can see stuff as we go. Let's start with these arcane arc bands. Here we go. Right here at the bottom of the box here. Looks like one of these is just kind of like a cool bungee system. Let's see what there is to learn about these. All right, so arc bands are patent pending reusable replacements for rubber bands. They can secure equipment, cables, wires, ties, all sorts of different stuff, quick release buckles and everything, about 6 inches in length. Let's pop these open and take a look here. I always like getting stuff like this in these kits. They can actually be useful over time, stuff that, you know, it may not have that wow factor, but it's probably the thing you're gonna use on a weekly basis or throw in some kits. But yeah, just simple little bungee cords. Nice and stretchy, but nice and thick too. Have really solid feeling rubber connectors here in the end to keep them from fraying. But they have these tiny little, look at these little buckles. It's like a tiny little belt buckle for securing stuff. That's actually pretty cool. So you get 3 of those. Looks like they come in a few different colors here. That's a really cool little mechanism there. So we got kind of your OD green, a little desert tan, and a black band there. So cool item there. Super useful if you're tying up cables or headphones or that sort of stuff. Even just putting together a go bag or a kit or an EDC bag. These are a handy item to have. So pretty cool. The arcane concerted arc band. Nice first item there. So we'll go up the list here and we'll just kind of go in the order they have it. I don't know if they have it in terms of pricing or anything like that, but I know quite a bit about this item and this thing is so cool. So let's check this out. So this is the GRAYL 16-ounce ULTRAPRESS purifier. And we'll look at this bad boy right here. So these are totally awesome. And if you haven't seen them before, this has to be one of the coolest ways I've seen to purify water and just completely idiot proof. So how this works, if you check out the guy right here, you can see the picture of the guy just scooping up some water. So you fill it, press it, and drink it. It's really straightforward. So there's no like pumps to use or bags or anything like that. Actually here, we'll pop the seal on this and I'll take a look at this and show you kind of how it works. All right, so pop this thing out the front. Really simple. You kind of unscrew the cap here just to release some pressure, and the bottom of this will slide out. And so you see we got this filter system at the bottom here, and this cartridge is actually replaceable. I think you can use this bottle like 300 times before you ever need to replace it. But if you're by a stream or a pond or maybe like a waterfall, I don't know, if you go hiking, this is the sort of thing that's great to have. Just kind of scoop up that water, pop it in here, make sure this lid is unloosed, because if it's not, you'll be pressing with all your might. But just put this back in here and it takes about 10 seconds to push through, and that water will just press through that filter there and slowly fill up your bottle. And then by the time you're done, you have about 17 ounces of purified water. And why that's nice is you're not sucking that water out of a filter. It's stuff that you can, you know, pour into a bowl. You can use it to cook. You can use it just to drink. You can make coffee and stuff with it. But these have to be one of the most premium, coolest ways to purify water out there. Really neat. They come in a few different colors too. You see that mentioned in their guide here. Looks like we got the darker OD green, but just a cool product. And I think this is a pretty expensive product too. Last time I checked, these are about $90, but they are absolutely awesome. A sought after item. So right there, a huge value in this month's Crate Club General subscription. really, really cool. So that's the GRAYL ULTRAPRESS filter and water purifier. And we'll set that off to the side and keep going here. Let's see what we got. So it looks like next up we have some Faraday bags for tablets and stuff. Looks like there might be some fancy Faraday bags too. So let's dig in here. All right, so SLNT. I've actually seen some SLNT products in a few subscriptions lately, so it's neat to see these here. Doesn't look like it gives us very much in the package, so let's pop this open and see what we have inside. All right, so as far as Faraday bags go, so I've seen some before that are like, I don't know, kind of like that aluminum foil type Mylar material. They're just really dinky kind of bags. This actually is a fairly nice looking product. Even has some badging here, lots of good stitching, some Velcro throughout. But it looks like the perfect size, even if you have a tablet or definitely a phone or that sort of thing, maybe even a really slim laptop, one of the smaller Apple laptops or a tiny Chromebook or something, you could probably get it in here. But just slide in this pocket, nice and softly lined, and then you can just fold it over, it looks like, and roll that up, and you have an instant signal eliminator there. So Faraday stuff is pretty cool. Basically just a wire mesh cage that keeps any radio signals from going out or coming in. So if you don't want to be tracked, or maybe you just want to go fishing or be outside and basically eliminate the ability for anybody to bother you unless you want to take your device out and bother them, this is a great type of thing to have. But SLNT makes some really good stuff. I've seen they actually have like Faraday dry bags, which I've seen another subscription out there that is really cool. But this is a cool product here. So this is a silent pocket from SLNT. Again, perfectly sized for an iPad, iPhone, that sort of thing. So neat product there. We'll leave this up here and we'll just keep this party going. Let's see what's on our next page. Man, Crate Club's got some crazy stuff this month. Let's check out this headlamp here. So the LITEBAND ACTIV 520. All right, so simple packaging here. We have the LITEBAND wide beam LED headlamp. You can see some info on the side. Again, nice, easy to recycle packaging. Let's pop the seal on this and take a look at this thing. I've seen a few headlamps like this. Most of the headlamps I have are the typical just one light in the forehead design, but I like the idea of having these wide view headlamps. So look at this thing. Looks like it has different battery packs and stuff inside here, but check out the LED strips in this. So rather than just like a pinpoint spotlight, you know, which can be kind of nice when you use the headlamp outside if you're trying to see something specific out in the distance. A lot of times when you're walking around, what you really want is that wide flood illumination. So some of them will have two lenses where you have like a highly defined lens and then a bright kind of flood-based lens. But this is like a step up for that concept where you have a huge field of view. I'm not sure if the battery's charged right out of the box, but I may hook this up real quick and just see what we can do with it. So we have a USB-C port here, which is nice to see, in this battery pack, which I'm assuming is rechargeable. I'm just kind of blazing through this without reading the instructions, which is always a good idea, right? All right, so we're plugged in. Looks like there's one little button up here on the side. I'm clicking it, but it's not turning on right now, so I'm guessing we have to charge this. It looks like, yeah, there's a charging port, also USB-C down here in the corner, so we'll have to get that charged up and fire this thing up. But I love the idea of this. It looks like you have a spot in the back where you can kind of take that battery and tuck it away in that little elastic strap. So it keeps that in the back of your head, keeps it nice and balanced, but you have this huge wide field of illumination. Let's see, I guess that 520, I wonder if that's a lumen count in this. I'm gonna read the instructions real quick and see what we have here for sure. So, yep, so 210 degree wide beam, lightweight, 520 lumens of ultra bright light, 26 hours and low, IPX4 water resistant. So yeah, awesome upgraded headlamp there. Really cool product from LITEBAND. I can't wait to get that thing plugged in. Lights, headlamps, and that sort of thing. I'm just a sucker for them. I don't know why. I probably have dozens of flashlights and little headlamps at this point. You can never have too many headlamps, flashlights, and that sort of thing. So always love to see that. So another cool product in Crate Club this month. So we'll put this down here in this packaging. Set this up here on a Faraday cage. I'll move on to this next thing, which I'm actually super interested in. Believe it or not, they've sent out a mini GPS unit. So let's check this out. This is a tiny GPS that will actually help you get back to your car if your cell phone dies or anything. You put in waypoints and it'll help you get back. The battery lasts 35 hours, it's rugged and waterproof. So how cool is that? Like nobody carries like the old style GPS stuff these days unless you're like kind of an outdoors aficionado and need something like this. So again, these are typically expensive items. So look at this thing. We've got a full-on mini GPS from BUSHNELL. How neat is that? So you can see in the demo there on the screen, you can see like a tiny little map and everything to help you find your way. Looks like it works with an app as well. Why don't we pop this open and take a look at it? We probably won't have time to actually boot it up and everything on camera, but we can take a look at this thing. I think it's like ruggedized and everything too, so you can, you know, do outside stuff with it. Your dropping it down hills and mountains and all those things, and it'll probably bear out just fine. But yeah, look at this little thing. How cool is that little guy? So just a tiny little unit here. Looks pretty simple to operate. There are some push button controls on the side and everything, but again, that is like the last sort of thing you'd expect to come in a subscription like this, is an actual outdoor ruggedized GPS tracker. So that's really fun to see. So that's the BACKTRACK Mini from Bushnell, and I'll put the values on the screen. You probably already seen them throughout this video, but I'll pop them on here so you know what these things are worth. But seems super fun. Really excited to see things like that in a box like this. Next up, I think we got two more items, just looking at the box over here. So we have the CALILOHA Big Kahuna compression sack. Believe it or not, this is probably the heaviest thing in the box here. So when I picked this thing up from the mail just now, I was like, man, there's something hefty in here. But look at this thing. It is a giant duffel bag type compression sack. So the cool thing is you will not lose this outside. It is definitely not OD green here. But let's fold this out and see if you can even see it on camera. I don't know if you can tell here, it's actually got like backpack straps on it too. They are not lying. This thing, this thing is giant. So my little setup here to film these things is, you know, a couple feet wide by a couple feet wide, and this takes up all of it. I mean, it is absolutely enormous. But if you're looking for something that is going to hold a lot of gear or sleeping bags and all that stuff in one big pouch, this is definitely the thing for it. So lots of big buckles and straps and everything. Like I said, backpack straps in the back. Let's read about it, since there's no way for me to be able to demonstrate this on camera right now in a way that's useful. Let's take a look at the specs on this thing real quick. So Crate Club, they're saying that this thing is made for adventures here, just packing in a whole bunch of gear that you don't want to get wet, dirty, and unorganized. I told you this thing was big. This should give you some hint of size here. It says it can hold 6 to 8 pillows, 3 to 4 sleeping bags, or 4 pillows and 4 blankets, or whatever. Like I said, this thing is like a black hole of storage. And actually, this material is really sturdy. It's not going to rip. It's not going to tear. It sounds like it's at the very least water resistant. Nice padded straps and everything to use with it. But that is a fun product there. The colors, I'm not going to lie, they are wild. So again, you're going to draw some attention to yourself, and definitely won't lose this if you're throwing this out on the ground, you know, packing up out in the woods or something. But really nice bag. Again, it is just giant. So let me take a second. I want to put this over to the side here, and then we'll finish our unboxing of this box. That is one giant bag, guys. All right, so we've got that tucked over here. Let's take a look. I saw a blade in this thing. It looks like it is a cool blade from Fox Edge. The ANUNNAKI folder with sheaths. Let's get this thing opened up and take a look at what we got here. So I've got some heft to it. You can see the box here. Just simple seals and stuff on the side. Let's pop those open and look. It looks like we have kind of a cool outdoors blade, something to hack around, do some fun bushcraft stuff with. Slide this open. All right, check it out. It's got a full sheath here. Nice buckle here on top. All right, check out this blade. Got a serious heft to it. This reminds me, a few Crate Clubs ago, we had another Fox Edge blade that was fairly large size. Not as large as this. Does this have like a crossbar lock? It almost has that kind of axis lock style crossbar lock. But let's open this up here. Whoa, check this thing out. So look at the giant grip we have on this. Have a big choil up here to choke down on. And you know, for being as giant as this thing is, it actually feels super comfortable. It's got some jimping here in the back of the blade. I'm guessing these are some G10 scales. Let's take a look at the stats in this thing before I keep going on and on about it. All right, so we got a 4.25 inch blade, G10 scales, stainless steel frame, huge locking mechanism. It didn't say what kind of steel, so not sure about that, but kind of a sheep's foot style blade there. But if you're messing with some stuff outside, man, it feels good even holding it like this. It feels good choking down on it, where you just do some cool carving work and everything. But this thing is heavy too. It's like probably 10 or 11 ounces. What does it say here? Yeah, 10.7 ounces. I was real close. Let's check out the locking mechanism. I don't know if this is the lock here. Yeah, so it's got like a back lock. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is another lock here. Oh yeah, so you can slide this other locking mechanism closed here where the back lock won't even activate. So you slide this down as kind of a safety, and then you can do the back lock, and then you can close it. So talk about a meaty folding knife to use outside. This thing is as beefy as it comes. Check out just the thickness of the handle there. Again, I don't have giant hands or anything. Let me pull out my Osborne here for scale. So full size, Benchmade Osborne 940 here, right next to this thing. That is a giant, fun knife to get. So really interesting blade shape and everything too from Fox Edge. So very interesting, beefy, fun knife. Whew. Watch your fingers when you close that. You can just feel the heft of that blade, and it is confident. That thing is something else. So that is the Fox Edge ANUNNAKI folder with sheath. Hope I'm saying that right. Here's the cool sheath that comes with it. You got some little bit of molly on the back for connecting it to stuff real easy, but definitely a blade that you won't forget you're carrying on you. That thing is beefy and fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to play with in the woods. Very cool knife there. That is it for this month's July 2022, the summer edition of the Crate Club General Box. So we had all these cool items, which you can see kind of spread out all over the place here. We have these arc bands, we have this GRAYL ULTRAPRESS, which I think is just a super cool product to get here. We have some Faraday bags, if that's your thing. We've got this LITEBAND, I'm not sure, there it is. We've got this LITEBAND over here to check out. A really interesting take on the headlamp concept. We got a full-on mini GPS unit, a giant compression sack, and just a monster of a beefy knife to mess with there. So that is a very cool quarter of Crate Club. Again, if you want to get a steal on this is a pricier subscription since it is quarterly. So this is the general edition, which is $3.99. There's some cheaper ones too, but this is the big boy. This is the one you want to get. Make sure you use our link on the screen or down in the description. Save yourself some serious cash on this. If you're into tactical gear, survival gear, prepping stuff, that sort of thing, it's hard to go wrong with these boxes. Very cool subscription to get. So that's it for this quarter. Hey, before you go, don't forget about our giant Rumpel giveaway we have going on right now. If you want a chance at winning more than $400 of really super cool Rumpel gear, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like and comment on this video, or like and comment on any of our videos for more chances of winning. We're about to hit 15,000 subs. When we do that, I'll announce the winner, and you don't want to miss out on that. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you dug the video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more unboxings and stuff like this. We'll see you next time.